first thing should be placed in first place. That whenever any small doubt occurs in mind, that should be cleared first. So then we become, why then? Then we become on the same page, that all of us accept the existence. If that is, there is any doubt about it, when we this say existence again, and keep you, when you keep on saying in words that then there is truth, then ultimately it leads to the divinity or God, existence of one, and all are connected with each other, everything is connected and all is one. So if there is any doubt that it is unruly or something, then that should be cleared first. Now, when that is not there, then this is called doubt. Then queries will come, that wherever we are progressing, so we have on the way we find certain things, that how it is. So that is our intelligence, cleaning of intelligence, because everything intelligence, it passes through intelligence. Until intelligence itself becomes wisdom, then there are no questions, then you do not have any questions. So that is one way of looking at it. Now, why? Because if you have a solution to every question, where will be the questions there? So that is that. Then third thing you can say is practice. Abhyasen to vidya. Any vidya, if you practice it, even if you have come to know, it needs practice in life. You know that food nourishes, but if you are not eating it, it will not help your existence. Same way here also, you come to know, people say, no, I'm very sure God is there, now what is the problem? So if you do not practice it, then how can you, that is called sadhana, balance. Means, are you ready to balance as much? To what degree? Because it is infinite. And to what extent you want to sustain it? To what extent you want divinity? So that only practice. Suppose a player is playing, he knows how to play, but it is not practicing. Cannot play when it comes to play. So that is the role of practice. So these things, that is why all the saints and gurus, they give importance to practice. So these certain things we should, they are not replaceable in some sense until something has happened. So we should keep our practice consistently, and we, as the mind is inquiring, we should find its solutions also, and they then keep what you call stimulating one another. More deeper you go, more your queries will be, then more you will be following, then more you will be experiencing, and then more confident you will be becoming about that. So that it should become so much deep that everything else becomes secondary. That is called gradually nestling into divinity. Now, despite world being around you, it will remain, but you are so focused somewhere that it will appear as a dream world. So that is what says, in the night which seers wakes, that is night for others, and what is day for them or light for them, that is night for the world. What is day for the world, that is night for them. The meaning is that they see it as it is. Now, where are the problems generally we face in everyday life? Neither the problem is with untruth, neither is with the truth. It is with the half truth. If you see daily life, you see they will say two things very true, one things will be lie. That is how businessmen thinks. If they have to do business, they have to say my product is this good, these things, and third thing will be with that which not be correct. Now you believe two things. You have come to verify also that yes, it is there. But third you do not know. That is why world is suffering. That is called corruption. So how to remove that? Only when you are alert. Then you will find this confidence that no, it is not necessary to adulterate things. Rather, it is a problem. Because no, the different kinds of logic people come. No, everything is mixed. You only say what is there. Everything is one. Then what am I mixing into it? People come with such logics to me. That is a natural order. That is divine order. The way, if you look at your, suppose you eat food, is your whole system what you say cooperating in digestion, or it is competing? It's how you see it. Competition is not. Competition is always for the evolution that is within. It is not vis-a-vis second person. It is always for one's own evolution. That is why we say any satsang, why we go and listen, because you will not know the context. And then if it is quoted half a sentence, you will not know why. It will not apply everywhere. It was just merely a context in which something is told, or we are in a conversation. Otherwise, we say in meditation, you do not know any verbal, you do not need any verbal communication. You do your meditation and you experience, and everything is becoming clearer and clearer to you. So here we are saying that everything what God be assigned, that God has, everything every one of you also have. There is not any differences. Only thing is we need to be one with that. Nobody can replace God. That is why we say He is as He is. So if we become also in the same spirit as we should be, difference is as He is and as we should be. So for the way for that is moving towards whatever you call truth. So these we have told in our path that see, there are certain 4 conditions we have told, that these keep repeating. Every reason you evolve, they will be there. Then I say what is for the worldly life, that we say 4 purusharthas are there, that everyone has to do who has come into the world. Then these are circles, we say they are told as kalas or circles, whatever you call. These are reasons of evolution. Those are there. Then you have certain places in your body, plexus you call it, chakras, that also you can experience from where your idea is coming, from where your emotion is coming, from where you are operating. You do not need anybody external. If you are little aware, you can know which part of your being it is coming from. So these all things with practice we can see. Why? Because with regulation and moderation, every seat that becomes normal and it becomes cooperative, because we have been what you call accustomed of seeing things in a competitive way and a factual and material way. And anything which is material is one step behind from the spirit, at least one. Whatever we are materially seeing, something spirit is there. From that only it came. If suppose our senses, the first mind is there, then only senses are there. So same way, things which are beyond mind, they are more refined. So that if we are practicing regulation and moderation, practice brings regulation and moderation, then those all seeths, they cooperate and they fall in place. They are not disturbing you now. So that is why this awareness will come, that this is this seed, this is that seed. Generally, people, that's why I keep saying, they think that this reaching to the Satchidanand, which we call fifth seed bliss, is a very great thing. It is not. Any one of you realize it with little practice. Spirituality does not begin, at least from the sixth, which we call Atisayani or peace, until your peace is settled. Till then, it is not possible even to experience deeper things. So for that, then only you can see the universal way. See, otherwise your any one thing or other will remain, which will keep pulling you down. Any kind of identity will be there. Very, very refined people, last thing will be left with them is the religion. They say, and everything is forbidden. No, the God is there, I know. And that all impressions and all those things will come. So to go beyond that, where you see no, it is these all things are done. To that you need to be at peace. That should not be in any way. It should not be disturbed. It should reach to that. That is called peace. It is not. That is why where if you see, they all say peace. Peace is very common word in religious lexicon as well as in spirituality. But they do. Most of us do not see what peace really is. Peace is always in heart. I keep repeating this because good things needs to be repeated. So that again and again it becomes concrete that it is so. Peace always nestles in heart. What comes into the head, sometimes head is hot because so many ideas are there. That is, and if they subside, they say, I am at peace. No, that is not peace. Peace is always in your heart. So if it is there, then anything is going in like your head, it will cool it because the reservoir is there. But here, if you are keeping everything, then it is difficult because anytime if it is gone from here, then it is gone from everywhere. So that is why practice is necessary. That is how practices enriches us. So as like everything we are doing, because bodily things we can see. I am hungry, I have to eat. But this is such a thing that you have to create that hunger. Then only it will be sustained. Otherwise, it is not saying anything. I mean, you can just overrule and move on with your life. So, what we then basic things we are, which was for which we are here, that the opportunity that is human life is to realize one's own highest potential, and that is within when we are in the body, and undoubtedly also. So, in that sense, we are very fortunate that we are on this path, and I'm very happy with you people that you have chosen this way to evolve. So, if anything in that comes, in that path, you feel like that this is how I am, then you can always come back and ask. Otherwise, keep on going with your practice.
When we do meditation, the kind of experiences that we undergo, why does it keep changing from day to day? Some days it is good, some days it is bad. Not bad in the sense, it is not so great.
So exalted. That's right. See, we are saying that there are so many impressions of men, not one birth, many births. So every birth we refine. Why we get human birth? That every birth you choose. That from here onwards, this challenge I am ready to take. All these things are mine. Now I will evolve from here. So what you do here, when you leave your body, all those impressions are left. They go with you. That those impressions are you. Soul has all those impressions around, seeds like in a very subtle form. So when you choose another body, that will be chosen according to that. So all those impressions, when you sit in meditation, then if you reach to that level of peace, they all will come for the cleaning. Some would have been good experiences, all the senses were in proper normal way, so you feel good. If some was violent, then you feel bad. Because then also the agency was your senses including mind. Now also agency are senses in your mind to experience. So that is why we feel they should not give them much meaning. Every way you have to see what I have got. See, intelligence is the ruling entity so long as you are aware. Once you have gone deep into meditation where your intelligence itself got satisfied and relieved itself, reached to the wisdom, then It will not anyway, it's not an opposition. Somebody is fulfilled, it raises no question. Till then, it is intelligence, nothing else. It is intelligence which will make you to conclude this way or that way. That is why I say awareness. When you become aware, then intelligence rules. So it will take from this experience, what have I deduced? And that deduction, that is why I say undoubtedly. You should not doubt that. Because doubt refers to your existence. Everything else is a query. When you say this thing is happening, no, wow, you are not questioning your experience, are you? You are not questioning it. You are questioning why this way or that way. So that means first thing you are clear that there is an experience. And I am the evidence of that experience. That is what I say, that should be very clear. So long as one keeps on becoming confident on that, that is other real self-confidence, not something which is taught. Which you are becoming, that is your real self-confidence. Because there you are the everything. You are the decision maker there. This is the way I will think. Nobody else can influence you there. So long as we are open to outside influences, that is not self-confidence. That is some mental impression. Today somebody gave this, tomorrow somebody gave this, that way. So when you are deciding something that this is good and bad, that means intelligence is at work. So to intelligence you have to give the right food. This is the way to look at it. What is the supreme thing in human life? As a living being, I mean, even that very clear things I am saying, it is vision, which we call drishti. How you look at things. If that is the evolution. If you look at Gita, Krishna says to Arjun, you cannot see me with these eyes. I will have to give you the divine vision. Then only you can see me, otherwise you can't see. You are not qualified. Because you are dear to me, so I am giving it to you. Same way, who is narrating, it's Sanjay sitting in front of Dhritarashtra, that what is happening there. He was also given the same vision. But look at, that was offered to Dhritarashtra by Vyas, that you are blind, you want to see, you see it. But he said, I cannot. Because he was very clear that is what going to happen. It is not that he was a fool. He didn't want to see his own son being slashed and seeing it. So he said, give it to him. I will listen from him. So it is vision. How your vision evolves. How you look at things. Now, how can you look at things? That is why they say different, sakshi bhav, different. What you have become, that only you will see. What your wisdom is, that only you will see. So that is how, once you start seeing that this is it, then you move forward. So there is nothing called good and bad. It is how you are seeing it. Because our experience is life has been like this. Does this kind of incident happen, then it's bad. That kind of incident happens, that is good. Things are moving according to how we have created them. They are unfolding. So once we accept, that's why I say in first principle, once you have accepted that evidence, that existence of God, then can there be anything wrong? Can anything be wrong? Something good and bad, because we have been experiencing that way, certainly. Means what we say good and bad, which is not in natural order. Suppose something aurigo, somebody's grandfather is there and father is also there. First father passes away and then grandfather, it becomes sadness. Because this is not natural. Naturally first should go first, who is elder. Then there is not much problem. So that is how I am just giving in how good and bad we say. But if you see from a beyond creation, there is nothing good and bad. Creation, so long as there, good and bad things are there. It is not to rubbish them. All Hani, love, Jivan, Maran, all these things are there so long as creation is there. But we are saying that creators, this reason comes in spirituality where this we call it Sankramani Avastha. This is earth. There is no creation there. So there is nothing good and bad. So experiences, they are a kind of come for a cleaning, whatever is coming, good or bad, whether they are, even if it comes as you call good, but what do you assign it? Nothing. You just move on. Otherwise, then also indulgence comes. So nowhere you are supposed to indulge. You see, you know that jaggery is good because you need the sweet. But if there is a chocolate that has so many ingredients and melts very easily in tongue, so you feel like, what is the point? I can take this, but you know it is harmful for you. You need the sugar in your body, something. So this is better. So that is what we are saying. If we cultivate our taste in the right direction. Today, people are, how are they defining today human being? Consumers. If you become, because you can't run away from the world. Where you are, you have to make your dialogue at that stage only. Whatever is happening inside you, it is your business. Outside, you have to behave as a very, what people are saying accordingly. You cannot say anything because it's such a time. Until and unless they themselves realize its value in it. So you say, okay, you are a consumer. Are you ready to become a good consumer? Are you ready to eat what you should eat? It is what is my benefit in it. If you see in I and you, then I am saying you eat what nourishes your body. Eat a thing which is not adulterated. Are you disciplined enough to do that? From that moment, your life takes a turn towards better simply by eating. Just if you can eat properly, life changes. That's why if you start noticing, if you are aware, then you can come to know also. But you should not doubt. If you notice a change, you should not doubt. Otherwise, you are pulling yourself down. And one more thing I say. If you pull yourself down, even God can help. Helpless. If you pull yourself down, nobody can help you ever. You have not to pull yourself down, you have to pull yourself up. Then everything helps. Everything falls in place. Otherwise, even God cannot help. Because for divinity, you understand the purport of this is always evolving, always going up, and you are pulling yourself down, so be it. So it is like kind of tathastu, that okay, if you want to go down, go. I am everywhere. There also I am. If you want to come up. I am also there. So it is you who is the decision maker. As they say, a consumer is the king. So if king means everything in control now, choose them correctly. Other it becomes misnomers. You have at one point of time you say consumer is the king, and king is not even in a position to choose what he or she has to eat. So awareness that every single small step is leading you this way or that way all the time. Everything, whatever you are doing. Because once you accept, that's why I said there should be no doubt. Once you accept divinity, it sounds blasphemous, that is why I do not say, but you become God. So then, how much responsibility is on you? If you start realizing that. That is why certain things they are not told. That you experience slowly and become capable of that. And so much responsible you will feel that even if I put a step outside, it should be, if somebody is getting harm or something is happening, should be proper. So somebody asked this question, what is the greatest teaching a guru has? He says when associates becomes another form of the guru, that is the only teaching, nothing in the books. When associate, a disciple moves with that supreme confidence that he is not he, that is the transformation. So much responsibility. No teacher, nothing can be, no teaching is there only when you transform in such a way. You become so much one that you feel that it is my responsibility, I am responsible what I am saying outside. So that only is the way. That is how the bird's transformation happens. That is why, how they say that it is individual transformation which leads to the universal transformation. So if you go in subtler aspects, it comes back to very small steps. If they are taken properly, then it is here and now all the time. Eternity means you have crossed the boundaries of time. Now time can do nothing with you. It, whatever belongs to the time, no, they say gives Peter's things to Peter, Paul's to Paul. What is the problem? It body is of belongs to the world, so let it go there. What is the problem? But it is not disturbing you. You are nestled somewhere else. It cannot do. So what were the real teachings they are not telling? They are sending people to hear in such places and those places, but everywhere. So that's why I say religious boundaries. They should not be there. No spiritual person. Once you have decided that I have to evolve. All the evolved person, they are not religious. They all come and bless you. It's not that I am Christian, so my God will not bless me. He is Hindu, he is Muslim. No God has been like that. No saint has been ever like that. They all bless. They all are one. Here only people are creating problem because they are not aware what is there. So one becomes aware of these things, then one becomes, that is why we call sensitive. That every step of mine, what I do to myself, that is also a big responsibility. So as much you want to set your pace of evolution, you can set. It is always here and now. As much you are ready for that, that will keep on happening. Such is the verse. That is why it is called Sahaj. It's very simple. You don't have to do anything for nothing, nowhere you have to go. It is all within you. And what is not within you is not yours. Anything outside does not belong to you. What is in, that is out. If you have made yourself normal and beautiful inside, slowly that beauty will unfold outside as well. Without your knowledge, with your awareness. So that is the beauty of practice, and that is a constant. Because anything, I think it cannot be made more simpler. That it is like up to us how much we want to evolve, what we want to do with ourselves. So work at it. That we create good taste in every way possible. Listening, seeing, hearing, eating, whatnot.